What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Decide and Design. So, the other day I was listening to the Ken Coleman show, and for those who don't know who Ken Coleman is, can't speak today. And if I sound a little weird, I just got done getting over a kind of like a respiratory cold flu type thing, which wasn't COVID, but it definitely took me out and made me feel pretty bad this week. So if I sound a little nasally or I sound a little weird, it's definitely because of that. But anyways, I was listening to the Ken Coleman show, and he's basically he talks about, like, he's like a career coach, and he is a Dave Ramsey personality. I'm really big into like Dave Ramsey and all of the way he like manages money and stuff like that. And that kind of brought me to Ken Coleman, who they kind of partner up and do their own thing. But anyways, he wrote an article, I believe is where I saw it. Ken Coleman wrote an article about 4 questions to live a fulfilling life. And I wanted to do an episode on it because I thought the questions that he asked were really powerful and ones that I've really started to ask myself this year, and it has completely changed the trajectory of my life. And I think it's important for everyone to ask themselves these questions if they want to start heading towards a more fulfilling life, whether that's in your career or just your life in general. So I want to dive right in. The first question is, what do you want to have? And when I read this one, it kind of reminded me, like, what are the goals that you have? Like, what do you want out of your life? And it sounds so simple, but this is something that I feel like not a lot of people think about. I've always thought about my future. I've always thought about the things that I want. The problem with me was I never thought I could get them, or I didn't think I was worthy enough, or I had absolutely no idea how to get those things. So it would prevent me from dreaming big. But I want you to imagine what your life looks like in 10 years. Like, what kind of house do you have? Are you going on vacations every year? Where are you going? How many kids do you have? Who are you married to? Who's your ideal partner? Like, start imagining the things in your life. And this is important because I don't want to get too woo-woo and be like, oh, what you think about happens. It's like, it doesn't really work like that. But when you set the intention of having a certain thing, you start to take different daily actions in order to get that. If you set the intention to have something, you can kind of reverse engineer your life and start taking different actions to get that specific thing. Now, when I talk about this with Alan, who is, coaching me and kind of helping me with all of my stuff, he tells me to aim high. And so, like, recently me and Hannah made a dream board. Basically, we made this Word document, and we put every single thing that we wanted in our life, and we put pictures, and it was all pretty or whatever. And when we showed Alan to it, he was like, yeah, that's got to go up. Like, you need a bigger house than that. You need to make more money than that. And it wasn't in like a hardcore, like, mean way. He was just saying, like, dude, if you aim high and miss, you're going to be way better off than if you aim low and hit. And I don't really have a lot of experience with this, but he just believes that if we aim high in life, then we will have more choices, which I don't really have a lot of experience to that, but I know when I have aimed high and hit, I usually feel Sorry, when I aim low and hit, I usually feel unfulfilled after that because I've already hit the goal, and then it's like, what's next? You need something that's like bigger than yourself. So I think creating like a vision board and imagining what you really want out of your life is something that is so important for you to succeed and have the life that you really want. The second question was, what do you want to do? So how are you going to make that first one happen? How are you going to make your money? This is the hardest one for people, I think, because 9 out of 10 times we know that we just kind of land in a place and then we get comfortable and that's where we end up. But it's been something that I've always kind of contemplated. For a while, I had no idea where I was going, and I didn't think that I could like make good money or have a career like without going to college, or I didn't really know where I was heading, and it got me into a lot of trouble because I kept trying to come up with these like amazing ideas and like trying to find that one thing before I took action, and it completely jeffed me because I just kept spinning my wheels. Not knowing that like taking action is the most important thing to do. That's the most important thing that we can all do, is just take action. Find something that you like or that interests you and just go for it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to either find out you don't like it and move direction, or you're going to stumble upon something that you absolutely love. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should go do something that you hate and that you completely don't want to do, but find something that like piques your interest, find something that you're good at, and see if you can merge the two and find a career that aligns with that. Maybe it's business, maybe it's, if you're a hands-on person like myself, it's the trades. Maybe it's, helping people in a different country. Maybe it's being like part of the fire department. I don't know, like whatever it is for you. There's so many different careers out there. There's so many different ways to make money. Now, it's 2021. Like, you can make money online. You can do it the old school way and work in the field kind of like I do. And I think how you make your money is very, very important because we spend most of our time there. And being in a place that you're, if you're not happy, it's going to weigh on you really, really heavy. And I actually have a kind of a story about this. So recently, I actually just got a new job. I just started this past week, and it was actually, I didn't realize that I disliked my last job so much. Not the work itself, but the environment that I was in. I realized I didn't realize how much I didn't like it until I started this new job, because when I got up Monday morning, I jumped out of bed at 4 a.m. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was just super happy to start my new job, and this whole entire week has been completely different, just my attitude and how passionate I am about my work, and it's all because of the environment that changed around me. And honestly, I was working with some people that I didn't really get along with, and that can really, really weigh on you. So don't settle, but also don't make a decision that's going to put you or your family in a bad situation. But always keep an open mind and always keep growing. The third question to ask is, what do you want to learn? And the way I wrote this, because I have my board up there just for notes, I wrote, what do you want to learn /master? And the reason I put that is because if you don't want to be the best at what you do, you are in the wrong field. And the reason I say that is because in order for you to have the type of impact that you want to have on the world, you're going to have to grow. And some people ask what does growth really mean? It just means becoming the best version of yourself, and that's a never-ending game. And I know that's like kind of hard to wrap your head around, but like this whole thing of I'm just going to work for a paycheck, that's for the birds. That's for people who aren't living a fulfilling life and don't have a very passionate career. You want to be in a place where you want to be the best. And the better you get at something, the better you're going to be able to serve the people around you, the better you're going to be able to impact your family or whatever you want, whatever kind of impact you want to have on the world. Mastery is something that people really, really struggle with because a lot of people don't want to be the best at what they do. So find that thing that you're really, really passionate about and be the best at it. And if you don't want to be the best at it, keep looking. Keep looking because there are people out there. There's a field out there for you. And whatever field that is, those people need you. And if you're not serving those people to the best of your ability, you're doing like the universe a disservice. You're doing those people a disservice. You're doing your heart a disservice. And that's more of like a spiritual thing, but just being able to impact people or whatever, whether it's like animals or impact, like for me, I'm serving my community and I'm doing something so simple like giving people clean water and like maintaining their water system and fixing their water mains and helping them have a clean community. Like that's very, very fulfilling to me. But whatever it is, be the best at it and never stop growing in that field. And that kind of that goes hand in hand with the last one, which is how do you want to give? This brings me back to The 6 Basic Needs by Tony Robbins. And he talks about growth and contribution, which is my favorite need. I think that is the actual key to life. Where do you want to grow and contribute and serve the world? The why behind what you are doing. I've said this before on this podcast. Everything that I'm doing in my life right now is so much bigger than what people think. Like this podcast, it may seem like not a big deal, but this is so much bigger. It's so much bigger to me than what people think. I want my family to be able to look back on this and know what kind of person I am. I want to impact people with this podcast and help them live a fulfilling life. I want to show them that like you can literally create the life that you want. I want to change my family tree. I want my great grandkids to be set for life. Like there's things in my life that I just want to create impact. I want to change the world and my family. And that creates motivation for me every single day. Now, the way I'm doing it, the way that we all do it is going to be different because we all have different fields. We all make different income and, our lives are just different. But all of us need that bigger picture. All of us need the why behind what you're doing. I was talking to Alan recently, and I kind of asked him, like, what happens when you lose your why? Or what happens if your why changes? Can it change? And he really brought me back down to life because he was like, Brandon, it's always going to change. Your why right now is going to change. And I think I'm starting to get what he meant because I feel like the goals I have right now, they're good. They're solid. But I think they're a little bit small in Alan's mind. for mine, they're big. See, our brains work a little bit different. Alan is very intellectual. He is just a next level dude. And I'm not like trying to put myself down or anything like that, but I'm a very emotional, I'm just like an E person. So our brains are just different. You know, I'm more on like, I want to serve people. I want to be there. You know, I want to change my family tree. And Alan's over here like, I want to serve the entire world, every single person on earth. And I'm going to get there. And I think it's less of him actually being able to achieve that and more of he's going to get way farther than if he didn't set that goal. And I think that's the key. And I think that's something that we all have to kind of learn to set that intention. For myself as well, you know, I think my goals and the why behind what I'm doing is solid, but I think it's going to change. I think it's going to evolve. But yeah, if you guys are listening to this, I want you to write all of these down and kind of start to brainstorm and just start writing things under them and brain dump a little bit and just figure out like, where do I want to be in 10 years? What do I want the next decade of my life to look like? And you can literally reverse engineer it. And if you need help doing that, or you want to get in a community that will support that, send me a message on Instagram at b_low22, and I can hook you up with the Next Level University community. I can get you on book club where we're reading The Art of Impossible, and it talks about literally doing the impossible in your unique flavor of what kind of impact you want to have on your life. But yeah, if you guys want to be part of a community that helps people grow and supports people, you're actually weird if you don't have high goals in this community. Send me a message on Instagram and I can get you on that. And also, if you want to get in book club, also send me a message and I can send you all the details on that as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast, and I will see you all in the next one.